The June sun blazed over Crescent Meadows, my Minnesota suburb, where my 50-acre ranch stood as a bastion of defiance. I was in my barn, calibrating a sleek, NASA-contracted telemetry unit for a Mars rover project, when a bulldozer's roar shook the walls. Karen Miller, the HOA tyrant, had crashed through my fence, her hired crew smashing my equipment, yelling, "Clear this junk, Sarah!" She labeled my gear eyesores and ordered its destruction, claiming my ranch, on unincorporated county land, fell under her HOA's rules. Karen, who'd falsely called 911 on my well, tried to seize my shotguns and wreck my mailbox, had now obliterated $2 million in NASA tech, unaware that Sarah, a farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, county permitting officer, and retired SWAT sniper, was also a NASA contractor with permits for my setup. My barn's cameras caught every swing of her crew's sledgehammers, and when I confronted her, she dialed 911 again, shrieking, "Sarah's hiding illegal equipment." I stood amid the wreckage, phone filming, as Karen's smirk faltered, neighbors gathering in disbelief. This wasn't just vandalism. It was a federal crime, blind to my NASA ties and the law. My sniper comm locked in, a grin forming. She thought she could trash my junk? I was about to turn her 911 call into a viral catastrophe, with NASA's legal team, my SWAT allies, and our community ready to bury her. Crescent Meadows would rally, and Karen's bulldozer would crush her HOA for good. What unfolded wasn't just me saving my project. It was a masterclass in justice, community grit, and federal clout that left Karen's HOA obliterated, her crime exposed, and my NASA gear a symbol of triumph. My contract wasn't just paper, it was her downfall, and the feds were closing in. Crescent Meadows was a rebellious Minnesota suburb. Its murals, lush fields, and my Meadowmark Cafe, a bold stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. My 50-acre ranch, on unincorporated county land, was a working farm with cattle, crops, and a high-tech barn, HOA exempt and leased to the state for sustainable agriculture. The barn housed my NASA-contracted telemetry units, precision instruments for Mars rover navigation. Under permits I'd signed as county permitting officer. I'm Sarah, the farmer, Meadowmart owner, county wildlife conservation head, SWAT trainer, permitting officer, retired SWAT sniper, and NASA contractor who'd crushed Karen 23 times, buying Meadowmart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending Ellen from fake cops, saving James's cabin water, freeing Marine sniper Elijah Rowe, stopping her ranch auction, clearing my road with Grandpa Hank's tractor, zapping her cycle with my circuit, halting her cabin demolition, defending Aisha from harassment, trapping her SUV with my steel mailbox, and foiling her 911 call on my well. My NASA gear, worth $2 million, was federally protected, my barn a secure lab. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a reckless felon, her clipboard a fading prop. Exiled from the HOA, jailed for assault, and fired from Apex, she'd hired a demolition crew, later identified as Vince Cole and Ray Patel, repeat offenders, to smash my equipment, claiming it was unpermitted junk. Her vandalism was a desperate bid to harass me, backed by a dwindling HOA clique. Key allies included my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooting organizer, Grandpa Hank, a tractor-wielding farmer, Dr. James Thompson, a billionaire cybersecurity expert, Aisha, his wife, Ethan Carter, an undercover cop, Mia, his wife, Linda, our councilwoman, and Lily, my organizer. Deputy Harris, my SWAT protege, and Sheriff Carla Ruiz were on call, with NASA's legal team on speed dial. Neighbors like Mabel saw the bulldozer, and the Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would ignite the fight. The setting was my barn, a June morning in 2025, with clover scenting the air. Karen's crew, wielding sledgehammers, left my telemetry units in pieces, her fake HOA cleanup order nailed to my fence. My cameras caught every strike. Karen, by her bulldozer, dialed 911, lying about illegal tech. My ranch, county land, was untouchable, and her act was a federal crime. This wasn't just about my equipment. It was Karen's final assault on our freedom. As I filmed, this fight would echo our victories and redefine our town spirit. The shattered telemetry units were a gut punch. "This is NASA tech, Karen," I shouted, filming as her crew froze. She sneered, "It's junk," waving her fake order, her 911 call claiming I was endangering the HOA. I disarmed Cole with a SWAT move, zip-tying him, and called Sheriff Ruiz, who snapped, "Federal property damage? Feds are coming." Ellen texted my NASA contract. "Karen's finished." James sent my permits, saying, "Your signature's on her HOAs too." I confronted Karen, phone rolling. "Your crew's on camera, smashing federal equipment." She claimed my gear was unpermitted. I live-streamed. "Karen destroyed NASA tech. I'm a contractor." Hashtags #KarenRexNASA and hashtag SaveSarahsTech trended, hitting 2 million views. Lily streamed from Meadowmart, showing my contract. "Crescent Meadows stands with Sarah," she said, hitting 2.5 million views. Ethan handed out flyers about federal property laws, explaining Sarah's gear is NASA's. Karen's a felon. The forum surged with posts recalling her past, calling 911 on my well, seizing my shotguns. Hashtag KarenRexNASA went global with a tweet, "HOA Karen smashes NASA gear, doesn't know farmer's a contractor." Hashtag Tech Takedown. Karen rallied her crew, shouting, "Keep smashing," but neighbors swarmed, chanting Sarah's tech. Mabel filmed Patel's sledgehammer, catching his face. I share my camera feed. Karen's wrecking federal property. The clip hit 30 million views. Aisha arrived, saying, "She harassed me at Apex. We're testifying." Her clout shook Karen's goons. Harrison Ruiz's SWAT team roared up, joined by FBI agent Torres, lights flashing. "Drop the tools." Torres ordered Cole and Patel, who froze. Karen screamed, "Sarah's hiding contraband," but Ruiz held up Mabel's footage. "You're destroying federal property," she said. I live-streamed. Karen's NASA vandalism is busted. My tech's legit. The stream hit 50 million views, with news vans pulling Indiana. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a genius." "Karen's done." Linda arrived with a NASA liaison, announcing Karen's act is a federal crime. The crowd chanted "tech-free" as Karen's goons fled. The forum planned a tech-strong rally at Meadowmart, with music and federal law talks. Karen tried one last lie, claiming the HOA regulates my barn, but Torres showed my NASA contract, signed by me. The stage was set, not just to save my tech, but to crush her HOA and rally Crescent Meadows. Her bulldozer was her end, and my contract was locked and loaded. My barn was a battlefield of justice. Karen stood by her bulldozer, trembling, as Torres questioned Cole and Patel. The live stream hit 80 million views, with hashtag KarenRexNASA and hashtag SaveSarahsTech trending globally. Neighbors packed my fields, waving signs, "Sarah's NASA." No juaban delicem. News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a farmer's stand against HOA sabotage. The air buzzed, and I was ready to obliterate Karen's empire. James addressed the crowd, voice clear. "Sarah's tech is NASA's, on county land, HOA exempt. Karen's vandalism is a federal crime, caught on camera." He showed my contract and footage, proving her guilt. Neighbors gasped, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, "Sarah and Aisha fight for us." Karen's trespassing. The forum surged. Karen scrapped. "Sarah's a hero." A viral tweet read, "HOA Karen destroys NASA tech. Doesn't know farmer's a contractor." Hashtag KarenRexNASA. Karen tried to spin it, shouting, "Sarah's tech is illegal." But Torres held up Cole's texts. Karen ordered the demolition. "You're facing federal charges," he said. Karen's face fell. She hadn't known my NASA ties. National science groups joined X, posting, "Karen's sabotage is a disgrace. Support Sarah." The Change.org petition, Save Sarah's Tech, hit 5 million signatures, with comments like "Sarah's a legend," and Karen's done. Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. Sarah's tech advances humanity, and her SWAT skills protect us. Karen's destruction threatens our community. She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $120,000 and ban unpermitted demolitions. The crowd roared, chanting tech-free. The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked emails disavowing Karen. She hired them alone. Neighbors blocked her bulldozer, demanding justice, as Mia filmed. I grabbed the megaphone, heart racing. Karen thought she could smash NASA tech, but I'm a contractor, and my permits say no. I proposed a tech-strong rally at Meadowmart with NASA demos, music, and a fundraiser for my lab, revealing my plan to revoke her HOA's permits. The crowd cheered, volunteering to testify. I shared online. Karen's vandalism failed. Join us to keep our tech strong. The live stream hit 120 million views, with hashtag TechStrong trending. Comments flooded. Sarah's unstoppable. Karen scrapped. Karen made a last stand, yelling at Torres, "The HOA's above you." But Ethan revealed task force evidence, Karen's calls to Cole. "You're charged with vandalism, trespass, and federal property damage," Torres said, cuffing her. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the cruiser. Lily's stream hit 150 million views, with comments like, "Bye, Karen." Tech wins. News ran headlines. NASA contractor stops HOA Karen's tech sabotage. Aisha organized kids to paint tech-free signs, while James tied it to his lake, saying, "Sarah and Ethan guard our future." Torres secured the wreckage, and neighbors guarded my barn, turning chaos into unity. Linda promised county funding for a Sarah Star sign, marking my lab status. The stage was set for a victory that would save my tech, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but what happened next would shock everyone. My barn pulsed with triumph as Karen, Cole, and Patel were cuffed, their fake order confiscated. The live stream hit 180 million views, with hashtag KarenRexandASA and hashtag Save Sarah's Tech trending worldwide. Neighbors filled my fields, guarding my lab, as news crews filmed. I held a megaphone, my roles as farmer, SWAT sniper, permitting officer, and NASA contractor a beacon. My telemetry units are symbol, ready to bury Karen's scam. Torres addressed the crowd, voice commanding. Karen Miller and her accomplices face federal charges of vandalism, trespass, and property damage, with up to 7 years. The crowd roared, waving tech-free signs. Torres added, "Sarah's tech is NASA's, and her cameras sealed their fate." Neighbors cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. "Karen's done. Sarah's our queen." Linda took the stage resolute. "Sarah's tech is our pride, and her sniper skills are our might." Karen's sabotage was an attack on us all. She announced the council's vote, a $120,000 HOA fine, a ban on unpermitted demolitions, and funding for TechStrong. The crowd chanted tech-free as kids handed me painted rover models, symbols of our win. James showed my NASA contract, proving my authority. "Sarah's tech stopped Karen, like my wealth stopped her," he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Sarah Star signed sketch, county-backed, to mark my lab status. "This tech's ours, not Karen's," I said, sharing it online, a telemetry unit under a star. The forum erupted. "Perfect. Sarah's legacy." Torres confirmed the evidence. Cameras, contracts, Cole's texts was airtight. Karen and her crew pleaded guilty, facing jail and a town ban. My digital dossier, videos, contracts, task force logs was handed to NASA and the press, ensuring convictions. News ran it live. NASA contractor stops HOA Karen's tech sabotage. The crowd surged, music blaring, as tech-strong plans took shape. I gave the mic to Ellen, who shone. "This is our future," she said, cold-holstered. "Thank you, Sarah." Neighbors hugged her, patrolling my barn in solidarity. The sign contest launched, with entries flooding the forum. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph. Proof our tech could outshine sabotage. As dusk fell, my lab stood secure, and my contract gleamed. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like NASA tech saved from HOA sabotage and Sarah and James triumph. The livestream hit 400 million views, with hashtag KarenRexandSA trending for weeks. Fan art of my telemetry unit as a justice beacon flooded the forum, and NASA invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying, "This is about our mission." Tech Strong was a sensation. Thousands joined. Neighbors, kids, SWAT officers, testing NASA demos, dancing, and unveiling the Sarah Star sign. Meadowmark catered, and James led eco talks, tying my tech to his lake's bluefins. The event raised $400,000 for my lab, and NASA hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's tech shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined at $120,000 and banned unpermitted demolitions, with new laws requiring county oversight. Karen, Cole, and Patel got 7 years each, banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished, Karen to a city flat, reportedly arguing over fines. "Don't smash like Karen" became a local joke painted on barns. My lab became a tourist draw, with visitors posing by the sign. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting tech nights with music and NASA talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah Star, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, rover pins, SWAT patches, saying James and I inspired them. James's data showed my creek thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, videos, contracts, logs, was studied for federal property laws, influencing policy. Ellen led lab tours, calling my tech Sarah's Orbit. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the fields. The forum planned a Tech Freedom Fest, with music, NASA demos, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah and James turned Karen's sabotage into our triumph. One post read, "I hired teens to monitor my cameras, giving them pride." At the fest, under a Stars Forever banner, Linda toasted, "To Sarah, James, and Crescent Meadows, where dreams soar free." Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my lab hummed. Karen's vandalism had been a spark, but we built a legacy. Meadow Mart, my ranch, and James's Lake were our stronghold, proof no bully could ground our spirit. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand bold, brilliant, and free.